In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the insert command to insert a row of data into a MySQL table.
We're now going to put a row of data in the table. So on the left here is the Learn1 database. It's called Learn1. And here are the tables, and inside is a table. And I'm going to press this spanner here to open it up and show you the columns. ID is the ID number for each row. We don't have to touch that when doing this query because auto increment is going to automatically put a number in each one. Next is the date, and finally the salesperson ID. So we're going to go to File, New Query tab, and put the code here. Now to explain the code to you. The first row is to insert into the database called Learn1 into the sales table. Row 2 is the date column and this column called salesperson 1. These are the two columns. The next row are the values. The date, which is a date column, and the number, which is the number of the salesperson. Now this code could actually be all on one row. I put it in this format, as people commonly do, to make it clearer. The important thing is that this semicolon is on the end, because that shows MySQL that the statement is finished. We're now going to press this lightning flash to submit the query. Now let's have a look and see what's happened. So we've got the sales table here, and we're going to go and press the table icon, look down below, and yes, we have the ID, which has happened automatically, which is why we never mentioned it in the statement, because MySQL is automatically auto-incrementing the numbers. We have the date here in the date column, and we have the salesperson number 5.
The reason I'm showing you the raw code and not so much how to do it in Workbench is that when you're inserting data, it'll probably be done by the software you're building, such as things written in Python or PHP, and it'll be that that's communicating with the database rather than Workbench.
Now, just for a recap to help you understand the code, and please feel free to pause the video and have a look, or just read through this yourself. On the left-hand side is the code, and on the right-hand side I've written what the row of code is in plain English. Insert into the sales table, into the database Learn1. That's the first row. The second row has the columns, so we're putting stuff in the date column and the salesperson ID column. Lastly, the values that are going in those columns. So the date one is going to be 2023-1201, and the number for the salesperson ID is number 5.
I'm now going to show you how to delete rows of data. This is for two reasons. Firstly, I want to show you something surprising that happens with the primary key ID, just so you know it's meant to happen and isn't a bug. And the second is so that you can delete data so that you can practice inserting it again.
I'm now going to show you what happens when you delete a table row to show you what happens with the primary key ID. Here's the table, and I'm first going to insert a row. First, I'm going to put the date of the sale, and then the number of the salesperson. Then I'm going to press apply, and you can see that the row is there in the table. Now it says primary key ID 5. That's because I've added and removed 4 rows before this. And although you can't see them when they're deleted, it remembers them. Let me demonstrate this. I'm going to get this row, right click, delete rows, and press apply. Here's the code. I'm now going to insert another row. Here's the code again. And as you can see, the ID has now gone up to 6, even though there's only one row in the table. Please subscribe to be notified of when more great videos and tutorials come out on this channel so you don't miss out.